strikers. Hate that when you're trying to get one straight down the ground and you hit it too straight. Michael Clark, or it's all nicknames tonight, so Pup. 26 now, we're still calling him Pup. It's 17. That one fairly wide and called wide. Peter Parker, let's call him Spider-Man tonight.
That's the first blemish that the New Zealanders have made, really. They've had an excellent start. We've seen some good batting in the last over. 15 runs from it, but generally the bowling's been really good. And obviously the fielding's been outstanding. Great catch by Patel at backward point to remove Gilchrist. Just the start that the New Zealanders would have been hoping for with the dangerous Adam Gilchrist.
That's a beautiful stroke. He's just leant on that, so you can see in this form of the game it's not all slogging. You can play the orthodox strokes, and that's exactly what you witnessed there from Pup.
Talked about that catch at backward point. I think Daniel Vittori can hear me out in the middle.
Yeah, mate, I got you.
Daniel's Mark Taylor here, mate. How important was that catch from obviously New Zealand's point of view?
Well, I think last time we came to Perth we didn't catch too many, so it's a nice start for us.
You're just showing it now. What was your initial reaction when Gilchrist hit the ball? Was it boundary?
No, it's straight out.
He's a liar.
Straight out of where, mate? Was it straight out of the ground or what?
No. Straight to him.
You had total faith in Jihan Patel, I take it. Backward point. Gilchrist just slashed it. It's gone pretty quickly.
It's great when a plan comes together.
Mate, that was brilliant. Is that something you discussed last night, was it?
Yeah, we had a little chat early on.
Mate, it worked a treat.
Yeah.
Particularly the left-handed bit, just catching it one-handed. That was outstanding. To choreograph that is just great captaincy.
Absolutely.
Down the ground. And one bounce for Mike Hussey. This is his home ground. So he'll be feeling very comfortable out there. He's got the home crowd cheering him on as well. This is where he scored a lot of those 14,000 runs before he actually got picked for Australia for the first time. Just a slight delay. The fielding restrictions last for 6 overs in 2020 cricket. There's no catching situation. You don't have to have 2 catches, but you have the field restrictions for 6 overs, and that allows a batsman to play with confidence. If he's trusting the pitch and trusting himself, he can just keep crashing through the line of the ball, and Hussey is so good at hitting down the ground.
That's a good counter-attack, isn't it, from the Australians? I reckon New Zealand would have thought, well, Mike Hussey's coming in. Australia are going to work it round for a few overs, but now he's starting to go over the top as well. Twice this over, 15 off the last over, 14 off this over. So Hussey's out there to hit the boundaries, not just hit the singles.
What's he think now, Hussey? Will he shut up shop for the end of the over? No, let's go for another biggie. Doesn't quite get hold of it. Patel in the deep. And they race home for 2. 16 off, 1 for 41. At 1 for 41, our roaming reporter Ian Healy, you out there still?
Well, I've got Luke Thomas back down with me. Luke, it's not that big a change, mate, turning up today and playing for Australia. Your name on the scoreboard looks okay. It's black and yellow like the Wacker days, but what does it look like, mate, when you look at the Australian scoreboard?
I just can't believe it. I'm still in so much shock, and I'm still just sitting here now. I'm still shaking, and I just can't believe it, to be honest.
Yeah, surely you knew that this would happen. Hodgie would fall over putting his trousers on, and you being at the ground would get a game. Surely you knew that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly happened there, but yeah, it's just I don't know, but I'm just so happy it happened. Really.
Yeah, well, it could be a great chance to take it on. Now, you came to the ground with a female partner. Where's she? Have you left her anywhere? Has she been taken to where the wives are?
She's just up behind me actually, so I think she's in a bit of shock. When I told her, she thought I was joking, and I'm sure a lot of people thought it was all a joke as well.
Now, who ended up ringing you? How did you know? How did you get plucked out of the crowd to be put into this 2020 outfit?
The Australian manager called me just as I was parking my car, and I thought it was one of my mates having a joke and having a laugh, and I asked him, I said, are you serious? Is this a joke? And he said, no mate, it's not a joke. Can you get to the rooms as quick as possible? So I was, from that moment on, I don't even think I locked my car actually.
Oh, no, don't tell them that, mate. How much gear did you have in the car, or did you have your crew gear with you, or what have you done there?
I had nothing with me. My brother had to drop all my stuff off, and I live a fair way away, so but he only took 15 minutes, so thanks for that.
Has he got a free ticket?
No, he hasn't actually, so he'll be pretty spewing about that.
Now, what have you found? What have you thought about this New Zealand outfit? How do they look, and how's the wicket playing? You're well in tune with what's happening at the Wacker.
Well, the wicket's been playing well, so I'm not too sure about the New Zealand attack. Obviously, we played against him in a Lilac Hill game the other day, and things went fairly well. So hopefully, I can get a couple out of the middle again tonight.
I'm sure, mate. This has got all the signs of a remarkable debut for the country. Good luck.
Thanks.
It is out of obscurity to nowhere. Oram has put one down. Back to the commentators.
Thanks, Heels. Great chat down there. Now let's have a look at this. Oram, in his third delivery, has got the bowler killer, and he put it down. So you say that's a catch, but I think he's lucky to survive it.
No way, that's not a drop catch. That's self-preservation. That's looking after yourself. He had no idea here. I think he's hit this pretty well, Mike Hussey. That's just a palm down.
That angle was good at showing that where it would have hit if the hands didn't come into play. And you're right, I think he saved himself. But now, next ball full toss, and that ball will just beat both the fieldsmen in pursuit. And Mike Hussey, who is starting to drill the ball, really hitting the ball crisply, and this is a partnership worth 41.
Well, a little bit dangerous for Tory. All of a sudden, great start, get rid of the danger man Gilchrist. There's the drop catch, which I agree with you is self-preservation. And then you follow it up with this one. You're still thinking about counting all your limbs, I guess. You let that one go, and it goes through the gap and races away. And let's pay a tribute to the curator here. I mean, you can put all the bells and whistles on a game, but you need a pitch, you need an outfield. Boy, we've got one here.
Here, and as I said earlier, I don't know whether I'm seeing things, but the rope or the boundary here, it's pushed right back. So that means a batsman has to play a big shot or time it better than maybe normally to carry for a 2026, and I just think that brings in more outfield catches, more chance for an outfielder to come into play, and a batsman knows that he's got to hit them well. But Mike Hussey has favoured the onside. You probably tend to see that when the batsmen are hitting out using a bit more bottom hand, but at the end of the day they've all been fairly orthodox. Michael Clark now on strike. He won for 48.
Australia 1 for 48 after 6 overs. Now, 6 over mark is quite a significant part in the game of 2020 cricket. It means that the fielding restrictions are now over, so the New Zealanders can push now 5 men outside the circle. We've only had 2 men out for the first 6 overs. And Andrew Simon's there ready to go, and also ready to go in the commentary box. We've got Mark Nicholas. Nice to see you, mate.
Thanks, Mark. What a pitch. Heard Ian Smith say it just a moment ago. What a pitch. The batsman able to hit the ball right at the top of the bounce. There's pace in it, even bounce. And although the bowling's been fine, it's very hard to contain. It's all about slower balls, and quicker balls, and changes of pace. Now, spin for the first time. What has Jinan Patel got? He's got the finest catch of the summer thus far. We might have sewn up classic catches, I reckon. 50 on the board for the Australians, coming at the start of the 7th over.
The other important thing to note is just 1 down. I think the players work on around about somewhere between probably 45 and 55 to 60 in those first 6 overs, but they don't like to lose any more than about 2 wickets, so they can really go from this sort of platform. And Australia have done it well so far.
Yes, mate.
That's the other thing you need. Lots of Yorkers, never mind the changes of pace. If you can get the ball to move at all, either in the air or off the pitch, or if you're good at bowling Yorkers, that has to be your escape clause. Clark has been sharp on his feet in the early part of the summer. We saw him play murally quite brilliantly all through his footwork.
Talk about Yorkers with spinners, and such an effective ball as it is with quicker bowlers as well. When Patel was first played in the New Zealand side, it was because they thought he could bowl very well at the death. In other words, the overs between, say, 40 and 50 in a 50-over game. Well, I guess in a sense this is the death. In 20-over cricket, whenever you bowl is the death. So to bowl him now or to bowl him later, you've got a little bit of extra field protection in the deep. But his control, when he first came into this stage, of his length and his fuller length, was quite superb.
New Zealand have got it right too, picking a few slow. I mean, I'm a little surprised Australia haven't picked Brad Hogg in their side, not just for this game, but also for the 2020 World Championship we saw earlier this year in South Africa.
Great cricket. Really sharp stuff from all of the Black Caps. Nice flight from Jidan Patel. Good work from Brendan McCullum. They look a together unit. This isn't a bad start. It's 2 for 51. Smiling Andrew Simons takes guard. 2 for 51. Fifth ball of the 7th over to be bowled. Jitan Patel with beautiful flight doing for Mike Hussey.
Oh.
Now this is a quick outfield. Given we've had a few showers, it is still a quick outfield. We've got slipping fielders. We've had that. This time McCullum, the wicketkeeper, slipped. We saw very early on Michael Clark slipped a couple of times just on the fringes of the pitch itself, on the lusher grass. There he goes. Whether he'd have full spikes on or not, or maybe half spikes. A lot of the players have spikes in the front part of the boot, but not the heel part of the boot.
Yes, mate.
7 from the over, a wicket, and Roy's ready.
Over.
Andrew Simons, are you there, mate?
Yeah.
Are you pretty first ball bowled? What's it like now out in the middle?
Oh, it's pretty good. Pup's going well, so I've sort of come out to a pretty good environment, so I'll just try and get together with him now the next little bit and try and work away for the next 5 or 6 overs.
Now, don't talk to him, you need to talk to us. Don't worry about the Australian captain, just ignore him for a moment. We'll keep chatting to us.
Oh, I'm with you, Tommy. He just told me to pull my head in for a minute, he said, basically.
Can you do that?
Yes. Yeah, I'm right, I'll be right.
All the best with that.
He's back on me again.
I'm not backing you.
Here, listen to this.
Completed. I reckon just be real sharp with Dan. Even in the next couple of overs, we go slow and steady, ones.
Yeah.
Make sure we get a partnership started here.
Okay.
Now, he just said go slow and steady for the next few overs, and then we're going to really go for it after that.
He's only skipper for one game too, so if I do the wrong thing, I'll probably get away with it.
No problem, mate, no problem.
Oh, good stop. That's what I mean about the New Zealanders looking the part out there. Great body language, tremendous athleticism. Basically, they got a lot right despite the score.
Well, they haven't been fielding well in the tour of South Africa. In fact, that's one of the things they've prided themselves on over the years, their ground fielding and catching.
Oh, and then
Scamper, a cheap single here, the Australians. Yes. Now, this is a battle. This is a battle. Vittori v Simons. They're both wide up.
8 times Vittori has got Andrew Simons. 8 times in one-day cricket.
Oh, yes, mate, yes, mate.
Remember that Andrew Simons has just been told by his young captain to play straight, play safe, play sensible. Pull your head in. Think of the singles.
Oh, yeah.
I think Andrew Simon's going to go for 2 here. It's good running, both very quick. I think Andrew Simon was the man who coined the phrase, I think I've grown a brain, during the World Cup in South Africa. Against Sri Lanka, I think it was, semi-final. He played a really good innings when Australia needed him to, and he came out after it and said, I think I've just grown a brain.
Oh, yes, mate. Bowler! Hit it, mate.
And now they'll get the single. That'll count as a leg bye. It's Andrew Simons, who also said recently, I fancy a go at the captaincy. Don't rule me out.
Obviously, he doesn't think the selectors have grown a brain then.
Full house